Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel. Let's do 2 books, 1 stone book tag. I haven't done a tag in the ages, but I used to do them more, and I have this old thing with notes relating to my videos, and like the tag is here, and then I have pages and pages with things after it. So it was quite some time ago, and by checking the things around it, I think I wrote this one down in 2019, and I saw this one for the first time on Reading with Mo page. I don't know if her channel still exists. And in my notes it says that the creator is Sean, the book maniac. In any case, I will link the creator in the description box, so go check it out, the original video, if it is still up. Just check it out and see for yourself. But it wasn't easy to find things for the prompts. I really struggled for prompts, for questions, for what are those things. So we're gonna go through them one by one and you'll see how I did it. So the first one is the second last book you read. And I think this is like the second to last book I finished. And it is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chakshi. This is the second to last book I finished, I read, and I did really enjoy this one. I don't know, I'm not gonna talk much about it. I just really like the overall vibe of this book, the spooky, mysterious vibe. And I talked a bit more in my wrap-up that I posted last week, so go check it out if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about this book. But I did really enjoy it. It was my favorite read of April, and I do really like this edition, the Fairy Loot edition. Like, it was the sprayed edge digitally, I think, sprayed digitally printed edge, and beautiful in papers. And what do we have underneath? So yeah, a beautiful edition. The next one is the second book from the top of your TBR, and I don't know, I don't really have that kind of a TBR right now, but I picked out the library book. I have 3 library books that I have to read this month, and this is one of them. Kind of maybe the second from the top, but this is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I think you can kind of tell from the cover. I have the Latvian edition, but it kept the original cover art. All I know about this one is that it is about, I think, a woman who receives a letter from her cousin, and then she goes to visit her, and it is a kind of horror-y Gothic thing, I think. I don't know, but yeah, I will read it and I will find out more. Then 2 2-star reads. This wasn't easy, but I just went on Goodreads, looked at the books I have read, and I decided that one will be the cat book that I was disappointed that I didn't like. But this is If Cats Disappeared from the World by Genki Kawamura, and this was a disappointing book for me. I gave it 2 stars. I didn't completely dislike it, but I was so disappointed because it was something completely different that I expected it to be. But yeah, I don't remember much, but I remember that I expected, it mentions devil, deal with a devil in the description of this book, and I felt like it will be something completely different than it was. So yeah, I was disappointed because of that. And then the other one is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. And yeah, this was a disappointing book. I didn't like the main character, the vibe, the story of this one. I don't remember much, but the only reason why I still have this book is because I bought it when I was in New York. You can see that it has a Target sticker. I think it is Target, right? So yeah, it is kind of a memory that I was in New York, like almost now, 10 years ago. So it holds a special place in my heart. Oh, and I even have this little, little card from poet's house in New York. Oh, I remember it. I really remembered that trip to New York. It was very good. So yeah, that's that. And the reason I own this one still because it has a cat in the title and on the cover. I think that's kind of logical. Then two great books from the same author, and this was a struggle because I didn't want it to be like from the same series, because there are good books in a series like from the same author. I wanted it to be two different books but by the same author. But since my shelves, not just this one, there's used to be a alphabetical order, now it's just a mess, and the same with the red books, it's a mess. So it was such a struggle to figure out what books could I pick, because yeah, it was a struggle. Just believe me, it was a struggle. But I chose Andy Weir, and I chose Project Hail Mary and Martian. I don't own Martian. I believe I read the library book when I did read it, but I really enjoyed both of these. So Martian is about a man who is stuck on Mars and has to survive. He's all alone, and the book is about his struggles and how he actually survives. And then this one is about a man who wakes up on a spaceship and he doesn't remember where he is, why he's there, and when the time goes by he remembers things, and we follow him on the spaceship, and then we have a timeline in the past where we see how he got to where he is now. And we have an interesting encounter in this one. So yeah, two great books by the same author. The next one is Two Bails. Two books you wish you bailed on, or two books you hated. You can choose whatever. So I'm gonna go with the books I DNF'd, so I bailed on, kinda. I don't have a lot of those, so I don't have a lot to choose from. But I recently, last year, that is, I read 12 Rules for Life by Jordan E. Peterson, or whatever his name is. I got like 100 pages in and just had to put it away, put it down, and not return to it because I just hated the tone of the book and how he explained things and some of his views on life, on world. Yeah, wasn't a book for me. Hated it. So I didn't finish it. And then the other one, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, now that I DNF'd, was Dear Lucy by, I can't remember the author, Sarkisian. I feel like the surname was that. But this one, I started it. I don't remember how many pages I got in, but I just didn't like the tone of the book and I didn't connect to the characters. And I don't know, it just didn't give me the feeling to continue it. And it doesn't happen often, as you may know that I don't finish books. The next one is two favorite reads so far this year. And let's start with And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This was my first read of the year, and it will go on my favorite books of the year list, I still feel like it's gonna go on that list. But yeah, this is one of my favorite books. It is about people who are all invited on this island, and then one by one they start dying, or they are being killed one by one, and they're trying to figure it out who is the killer, because it must be one of them since there's no one else on the island. So yeah, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. And then the other one was Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I did really enjoy this book. I had such a great time reading it. It is not a perfect book. I will always, and I will keep saying that it is not a perfect book, but I loved it and I did really enjoy it because of how it made me feel, like how much I enjoyed the experience of reading this one. So it is about two rival journalists who are fighting for the same position, and then there is also a war happening in this world, and war needs correspondence. So the journey brings them somewhere. But yeah, I did really enjoy it. It has like You've Got Mail kind of thingy with letter writing, so I did really enjoy that also. So yeah, this is also one of my favorite books from this year. The next one is 2 new favorite booktubers. So when it comes to booktube watching, I haven't really watched new booktubers in a while because I don't have that much time. I barely can keep up with the ones I love and I really want to watch that I don't have time to find more. But I'm gonna mention 2 of my favorite ones that I have been watching for years. I still really love watching them. And they are Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe and Tailor from Made Between Pages. I never know how to pronounce Taylor's YouTube channel name, but I'm gonna link both of them in the description box, so go check out their channels. They are amazing. I really love them. And yep. And a book you've read twice. And I have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I had to pull this one off my shelves, like the self-published edition. I have a beautiful Fairy Loot edition also, but I can't find it. It is somewhere. I don't know where have I put it. As I mentioned, my shelves are a mess, so this one I found first. But it is A Dowry of Blood. This is written in kind of letter or diary format, where we have our main character who is writing letters and telling a story. And the story starts at the moment where she met her husband. We follow their journey, and I really did love it. It is a vampire story. I don't know. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It was on my favorite books list 2 years in a row because I read it 2 times. And I love it. Then I think I have nothing for you to give is 2 fabulous quotes from books you've read recently. I don't think I'm a quotes kind of girl, that with that meaning that I don't really notice great quotes, or if I do, I never write them down, almost never write them down, so I don't know and I don't remember. And I already tried looking some things up and I couldn't find anything that really stuck to me. So I have no quotes to give to you, but you can give some quotes to me in the comments down below. If you know some great quotes from books, please let me know in the comments. And then the last one, where I have to tag a number of booktubers that divides by 2. So I'm gonna tag 2, and those will be the same people that I mentioned in the favorite booktubers thingy, and those are Olivia and Tailor. So yep, please check those channels out again, subscribe, and yeah, do all the things because they are amazing. This is it. This was the tag. I don't know how it went. I feel like this is not my day while I'm filming this one, but it is what it is. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you in the next one. Bye.